In this video, we will discuss the topic nature of bond linking polymer in a monomer in a polymer. You know, in this chapter, earlier we have studied protein, and you know protein is what? When amino acids are bound together with the help of peptide bond, then they form a sufficient nucleotide chain, or that they are not nucleotide chain. Further, they form a polypeptide chain. This formed sufficient polypeptide chain is referred as a protein molecule. In the same, if we talk about carbohydrate, carbohydrate is what? Polysaccharide. Polysaccharide further developed by the linking of their basic unit, that is monosaccharide. When monosaccharides bound together with the help of glycosidic linkage, then they form polysaccharide. In the same way, nucleic acid, deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid is what? A polymer of nucleotide. So one nucleotide is associated with another nucleotide with the help of phosphodiester bond. Then they form the polymer of nucleotide, and one chain of nucleotide is connected with another chain of nucleotide. Then they form a complete DNA unit or molecule. So first we will talk about peptide bond. Peptide bond is what? You know, you have seen my previous video, you have discussed, you have studied the previous video in which you came to know that one amino acid is bound with another amino acid, then another amino acid is bound with another amino acid, then this form sufficient polypeptide chain is further referred as protein. This is further referred as protein. And what are the linking in between them? It is peptide bond. The linking in between two amino acids is what? Peptide bond. What is peptide bond? How it is formed? Now we will go through with their biochemical structure. What is amino acid? Amino acid, you know, comprises 4 groups. And what are these 4 groups? One is carboxylic group, one is hydrogen H group, one is amino group, and another is R group. You know, I told in my previous video, I explained that this R group is variable group. It can be substituted by H group. Further, it can be substituted by amino group, methane group, or hydroxymethyl group. So that we have studied earlier. Now this is one amino acid. Now what happened? One amino acid when bound with another amino acid. See what happened? Right. So this is what? One amino acid. This is what? Another amino acid. This is gender presentation. This is biochemical presentation. Now what will happen? The carboxylic group of one amino acid will bound with amino group of another amino acid. And in this peptide bond formation, what will happen? Dehydration process takes place, and there will be a removal of one molecule of water. When one molecule of water will remove, then what will be the further sequence developed? That is dipeptide, because they will bound. How they will bound? Let us see. So here you are observing that one amino acid bound with another amino acid. What happened in this? The carboxylic group of one amino acid is bound the amino group of another amino acid, and then peptide bond will form, and in this peptide bond formation there is a dehydration process taking place, means one molecule of water removed out, and then the further one amino acid one amino acid, they further form dipeptide, and in a same pattern another amino acid further fuses and they form a complete polypeptide chain. So these are what monomers. When these monomers are further fuses with peptide bond in protein, what they form? They form polymer or polypeptide of amino acid. This is what? Protein. Hope this chemical equation is clear to you. I repeat, carboxylic group of one amino acid is fuses with amino group of another amino acid, and then dehydration process taking place, and then there is a dipeptide form. Further, when another amino acid will join, then tripeptide, and in such a way polypeptide bond will form. Then you know what is carbohydrate? Carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is what? Polysaccharide. Polysaccharide further divided as monosaccharide, disaccharide, oligosaccharide, or polysaccharide. These polysaccharides are generally referred as carbohydrates. In my previous video, I have explained the type of these carbohydrates. One basic unit of monosaccharide, glucose-like structure, that is basic type of carbohydrate, monosaccharide. When two monosaccharide units link together, bound together with the help of glycosidic linkage. One monosaccharide is fuses with another monosaccharide with the help of bond or link, that is glycosidic linkage. Then it is then two saccharides further form disaccharides, and 3 to 10 number of monosaccharides are when bound together. 3 to 10 number of monosaccharides when are bound together, then they form oligosaccharides. Somehow they are also considered as polysaccharides. And more than 10 number of monosaccharides are bound together with the help of this glycosidic linkage, then they further form polysaccharides. Right? Now we will try to understand what is glycosidic linkage. Now you know, here I form one cyclic structure of monosaccharide and fuses with another cyclic structure of monosaccharide. Now what will happen? This group will fuses with this group. So we can write it in such a way so it is easy to represent the cross. right? Now this group and this group will bond together with the help of glycosidic linkage, and again, like in protein, one water molecule will removed out, the addition of one molecule of water will take place, and then what will form further, that is disaccharide. How it is formed? I repeat, this is one cyclic structure of monosaccharide. This is another cyclic structure of monosaccharide. When this monosaccharide is fuses with this monosaccharide, then in between these OH group, there is a functional linkage will take place. And this functional linkage is what? Glycosidic linkage. So what will happen? During this glycosidic linkage, the water molecule will removed out, and what will form further, that is disaccharide. So what is the structure of that disaccharide? Let us see. So guys, in this diagram, you are observing same one amino acid is supposed to fuses, and further they form what they form? Disaccharide. How it is formed? One amino acid, this functional OH group fuses together, one water molecule removed out, and by the removal of this one water molecule, further there is a bonding or linking taking place, and this bonding or linking is further referred as N-glycosidic linkage. N is what? The reference of their position that you will study in chemistry in detail, but here just I am going to explain what is N-glycosidic linkage. In biology it is what? Actually glycosidic linkage. N is what? The number of carbon position that you have studied in our chemistry. So this is what? The linkage in between carbohydrate. With the help of that link, monosaccharide, one monosaccharide is supposed to bound or link with another monosaccharide or sugar, and then dipeptide, and in such a way polysaccharides or oligosaccharides further develop. Now, hope it is clear to you everyone. Now the next is what? The linkage in nucleic acid. Nucleic acid. Nucleic acids are deoxyribonucleic acid, ribonucleic acid, and you know the stable structure is DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. So how the linkage in between DNA molecule taken place? Before that, I would like to explain in a brief, because in detail we have studied in previous video, but here just we will revise in a short. What is DNA? DNA is what? Type of nucleic acid. What is DNA? Deoxyribonucleic acid. What is DNA actually? You know. DNA is double helicular structure in which one strand show 5 prime 3 prime direction, and another strand is showing is just anti-parallel to them, that is showing 3 prime 5 prime direction, right? And you know, these among these strands there is an arrangement of purine and pyrimidine bases, A, T, G, C, T, A, C, G, likewise, right? So what is ATGC? You know, I told you, nitrogenous base. Nitrogenous base, further referred as purine base and pyrimidine base, right? What are purine? Nitrogenous base. These adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, ATGC, CG, AT, these are what? Purine and pyrimidine base. What are purine bases? A and G. They are purine bases. A supposed to connect with T. G supposed to connect with C. So these are what? A and G is purine base, and this pyrimidine is what? T and C. Thymine, cytosine, guanine, adenine. So these are what? The bases. And these are what? Two basic strands. And these two basic strands are showing anti-parallelity to each other. The strands are not parallel, they are just showing anti-parallel arrangement. What is anti-parallel arrangement? One is showing 5 prime, another is showing 3 prime. That we will discuss in class 12 when we will go through molecular basis of inheritance. But here just to go through with the basic structure of DNA. And you know, I told you that this nucleotide is what? This DNA is what? Polymer of nucleotide. DNA is what? Polymer of nucleotide. Means one nucleotide sequence is fuses with another nucleotide sequence, that is suppose one strand like this of 5 prime direction, another nucleotide basis fuses with another nucleotide basis that fuses with another, that is of 3 prime direction, and in such a way a strand will develop and have a double helicular structure. Double helicular means a spiral structure, right? And now it is, I think it is quite clear to you that the monomer of DNA is what? Polymer of nucleotide. Means monomer of nucleotide is what? Monomer of DNA is what? Nucleotide. So how one nucleotide is connected with another nucleotide, then how one nucleotide of one strand is get connected with another strand, that we will try to find out. Before that, again I would like to revise that nucleotide consists what? 3 components, 3 functional groups. One is sugar, maybe ribose sugar. Another is nitrogenous base. Nitrogenous base may be purine like adenine, guanine, or nitrogenous base may be pyrimidine like thymine or cytosine. So one nucleotide, that is single unit of that DNA, what it contains? One is ribose sugar, one is nitrogenous base, and one is phosphate group. This we have studied earlier also. So when this one nucleotide comprises sugar, nitrogenous base, maybe A, maybe T, maybe G, or maybe C, and another is what? Phosphate group. So when this is what? This complete is what? A nucleotide base. One nucleotide arranged to another with the help of phosphodiester bond. Actually, this one nucleotide is connected with another nucleotide with the help of ester bond, and this ester bond is having linking on both the side of amino acid, so it is further referred as phosphodiester bond. Now we will try to understand how these phosphodiester bond develops inside the DNA to link one nucleotide to another. You know, this is one nucleotide, this is sugar, this is nitrogenous base, maybe A, maybe T, maybe G, maybe C, that I explained you short before, and this is phosphate group. These are what? Forming one nucleotide. This is what? Another nucleotide. Suppose this is showing one 5' direction and this is showing 3' direction, because you know one nucleotide that I draw over here, another I draw inverted in comparison to that, because one strand is anti-parallel to another strand. So one strand and another strand is anti-parallel to previous strand. Now what will happen? There is a linking in between the phosphate group of one amino acid, one nucleotide base, with the phosphate group of another nucleotide base, and this linking further form a phosphodiester bond, and you know the developed bond, this is what? Phosphodiester bond. You know, this is what? This phosphodiester bond is this is ester bond, that is further categorized as phosphodiester, because suppose this is this ester bond is also connected with this nucleotide base also, and the phosphate is further connected to the phosphate of another nucleotide base also. Suppose if I draw another nucleotide base over here, this is what? This is again, there is a linking in between this and this. So this is what? Phosphodiester bond, right? So this is type of ester bond that is connected with this nucleotide base also. That is connected with this nucleotide base also. Means one phosphodiester bond is connected with one of 5' end of one nucleotide, one of 5' end of one nucleotide, and another is of what? 3' end of another nucleotide. So this is what? Phosphodiester bond. In such a way, there is a one strand will form, then in such a way another strand will form, and in between you are observing that I have mentioned nitrogenous bases. Nitrogenous bases, purine and pyrimidine bases. Always remember, A connect to T with the help of double hydrogen, bond, and G always connect to C with the help of triple hydrogen bond. So during nucleic acid formation, during the combination of nucleotide bases, one nucleotide connected to another with phosphodiester bond, and in between the nitrogenous base of one strand connected to the nitrogenous base of another strand with the help of hydrogen bond. A always connect to T with double hydrogen bond, and G always connect to C with triple hydrogen bond. So this phosphate moiety means part of phosphate group is half part connected to this group. The phosphate of this nucleotide is showing phosphate moiety, means this half part of this is connected with this, and the half part of this phosphate is connected to this. This is what phosphodiester bond.